Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So I hope you guys are all doing well. But before we do start this video, I just need to say I'm not actually going to be showing all my weekend league squads because obviously that would ruin weekend league. But I will be giving you guys some tips and tactics and strategies that could help you improve and hopefully help you get 30 wins with over 200 score. I did a really bad job of jotting down my scores, but I only jotted down how many points my team got, not the actual score, like 7-4 or whatever. But I'll be showing you the first squad, which got me the lowest points, so maybe you guys could improve it, I don't know. I'm definitely not going to use it again, so that's why I'll be showing you guys as an example. My other two squad did really well in terms of score, so that's also one reason why I got over 200. But if I had three squads that were consistent, I think I would have easily got a lot more score. But let's get straight into it. Alright guys, so the first tip is formation. I would recommend always using a 5-3-2, or if you want to feel comfortable with other formations, I would also recommend using a 3-5-2 or maybe the 3-4-1-2, depending if you want CDMs or centre mid. But if you're going to be using these formations, you need good players in the midfield with good defensive stats, because what you're doing with these formations is that you're trying to overwhelm your opponents with your defense, so run out of attack and then you can keep using defenders. Alright guys, so the second point is not a big point, but it's just time. So usually there isn't really a specific day I would recommend, but in terms of time, if you do it really early or really late, it should be really helpful. So usually I play my games around 1 to 3 a.m. I know a lot of you guys can't do that, so if you could also do 5 to 7 a.m. But if more people does this, then it could be less impact. It will have less impact, so it just depends if a lot of people does this. But at the moment, not many people usually play at that time, so that's why I'm doing it. So yeah, let's just see how it goes from here. Alright guys, so the third point is chemistry and rating. You should try and get as many players on 10 chemistry, because when you get 10 chemistry, you get an extra player with an extra stat. You could get some occasional players off chem that isn't actually high rated. So for example, my 71 rated player, it doesn't really need an extra stat because it was not going to win many games. Same with the 70 centre back, but I'm using it because it's pretty much there to keep the rating down. A lot of you guys try and get the best rating possible, but that actually isn't the best thing to do, because in weekend league you are matched against players with the same squad ratings as you. So usually if you use this 10 chemistry, it's a lot more helpful, because obviously with the extra stat. And when you use a lower rated team, you're more likely to go against a bot, which makes it easier for you to get a win, which is why I don't really rate Lucify's video where he made a video for his squads. You know, with all due respect, I do respect him, but his video where he showed his squads isn't the best with all his high rated players. As well as that, not many of you guys may have 100 Ronaldo or 100 Messi, so it's still not the best thing to do. As well as that, you don't actually get a lot of points compared to these kind of ones, because in these kind of squads, lower rated, you're more likely to get an 11-0 win, which is really good for your score. So that's why I would recommend using this. If you don't want to use this squad and you want to make your own, I would recommend using a max squad of 83 rating, because that would be the best. But the best one I would recommend is using a squad between 76 rating or 78. Those are the best and most consistent. Alright, so this pretty much goes to my next point, which is using a low rated cards so you can fit high rated cards. So as you can see here, I've put some silver cards here. I would recommend usually having 5 silver cards, 1 up front, 1 in the midfield, and 3 in defense. I like to usually have 1 in goal, because they don't really have a good stat in terms of the attack. And afterwards you want 6 gold cards, 76 rating up to 82. But as you can clearly see here, I had 81 as my highest rated, and that's pretty much what I use. Doing this is quite useful, because what happens is that you can actually fit high rated players, and what that does is that you're using a 77 rated squad while you can include 80 rated players, 81 rated players, which is really helpful, because if you go against a team that uses all 78 rated or whatever, 77, you can use some silver cards to bait it out and use these cards, and then you can literally win the other ones with these higher rated cards. So that's pretty good. Alright guys, so now that I showed you one of my squad, you kind of get the idea of how to make a squad. And if you're trying to make a squad, make sure you do play a couple of games in training, because you need to understand how to use it, and that is reliable. And usually I play around 10 games, but you know, I think 10 games of Trainer is quite a lot, and I think you guys would find it boring. So usually you can play maybe 2 to 3, because I think that's, you know, if you win all 3, that's pretty much a good confidence booster how to use it. But for me, I just like to play 10 games to actually understand if it's actually good enough. So I'm just going to be doing a couple of these games and see how it goes. So I'm pretty sure how this works is that usually when someone, you can pretty much tell what this guy's team is, because they're either going to be using the one league or one nation. So this guy's using a French team, and you can clearly tell it is a French team. So I'm going to start off with probably using this guy here, and he's got a win. So that's really nice, because the reason I've done this is that I've used some high rated silvers just to win against other people's silvers. So I'll be very lucky if I can win with these players. So as you can clearly see, what we're going to try and do is bait out all his attackers. So we're going to overwhelm his attackers, and wow, we already got 2 of them. So let's try and get the others, because as you can clearly see, he's got a striker to cam in the center mid, so that he's only got 3 attacking players left. And he's going to be in trouble already, because now I'm going to be using 80 rated player, and he's going to have to use, I mean, that could be Dembele actually, it could be a draw, or maybe he could win. But let's see how it goes. Alright, so we're now going to go with Florenzi, and even though I've got silver players, these silver players are going to win their games, because now look at this. This is what I've done. He's used all his attackers now, so what we're going to do is actually keep using our best players in defense before we use the silvers, just to guarantee that we're going to actually be winning with those silvers. So we're just going to use these quickly. Let's just wait for it. And now we're going to be using the silvers. So we're going to use the left back, because he's got 73 defending. And even though it's not the best 73 defending, he's using defenders. And defenders don't really have good attacking stats. So just from that, as you can clearly see, we've been dominating this match. And usually you might not win all games by, you know, loads of points. And I think that could be Digne there, actually. I think he could be using Digne. I'm going to use this silver card here. And I'm going to be using Zaza. Oh, I used the right back first. Okay, I shouldn't have done that. But as you can clearly see, if you use it right and you don't mess up like me, you should be winning like 10 or 11-0. In fact, actually, I don't think you could have won 11-0 there, but you could have won 10-1 there. So as you can clearly see, that would have been a really good score. And a few strategies you should know is that you shouldn't always use your strongest cards first. You don't want to. You usually want to start with your silvers, unless your opponents are choosing first and you're confident your gold card will beat his gold card. Then you can use it. If none of your gold cards are gonna beat it, then you might as well sacrifice your silver card rather than a gold card, if you get what I mean. So yeah, always start with your silver defenders. Start with your defenders the most, because like I said, what you're trying to do here is overwhelm their attack, and then you can actually go from there, and then you're going to try and make him run out of attack, so even your silver defenders can do what I did there and actually win the matches, even though they don't have high defending. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys will understand what I'm trying to say here, and you can make some decent squads. But I'll see you guys very soon, and hopefully this video helps. Stay safe and peace out.